Rurouni Kenshin, the final is the third, no, it is the fourth and final film of the Rurouni Kenshin series. Both of these dropped, this one and the prequel dropped on Netflix, so I watched them in the order that you're supposed to, the final being the last movie. The last movie isn't that great. I thought it was a little too over the top. You get introduced to all these antagonists that aren't really fleshed out because they're introduced later in the final, and there's got like a guy with a cannon for an arm, and it's like really over the top. I don't like the cartoonish aspect of the Rurouni Kenshin series. I like just sword fights. I don't want a dude with like robot arms or weird shit like that, or like a guy with like a mace for an arm or something with a cannon or something. That's those fantastic elements are really hokey. I don't really like them. So same what goes for any Japanese movie that does that too. They have a lot of exploitation movies that where like a woman gets killed and then she replaces her arms with like robot arms or something, and yeah, so that aspect I didn't like. So overall, though, it still has some interesting fight scenes. It sort of gives us a finite ending, but it just doesn't have that emotional core because they don't really introduce that character till the next movie. So I give Rurouni Kenshin the final a 6 out of 10. However, I give Rurouni Kenshin the beginning a 7.5 because it gets down to the more bare bones sort of character development that you want. It's a prequel, so it takes place before, when he was Battosai, before he was Rurouni Kenshin. And then all the fight scenes are just normal sword fights. They introduce like characters, really good development. They introduce all the characters that are later in the final. So, I mean, in my opinion, you should watch them out of order. You watch the trilogy, then you watch the prequel, then you watch the final, so you get that full maximum emotional impact, right? So that was a mistake there, but overall, yeah, I really liked the beginning better. It's more violent, it's more emotional, it has that tragic backstory, and so I give it a 7.5 out of 10.